We are on day 4 of this summit. Can you believe it? It's gone so fast, and sometimes they are very fun, but sometimes in the back end they get a little chaotic, I should tell you. All right, here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jeneth Blackert, and my partner, Leonka Reina, is off today at a funeral, so I will be hosting alone, but I will be joined by two amazing guests. We're going to start off and kick off with Karen Tobiasen, and then we will have Suzanne Alexandria grace our presence and talk Mary Magdalene and Akashic Records. So, just a few reminders. We found a few things that came up last night. On the live page, houthustle.com/live, you can find all the interviews from this week so far. You can also find all the special offers. Now, we've found that some of the special offers have done exceptionally well, and we have already reached the max of private clients that they can take. So we've worked out with the speaker and we've already changed that price. We are finding more and more as the audience grows that this is going to become a thing. So remember that these are special offers. We've worked with these guests to give you a very, very special offer. Some of them I've had to twist their arms and ask for more. But sometimes it becomes too much, especially when they have sessions. So make sure that if you really want a session, you don't have to book it right now, but you might want to just buy it right now because these are special offers. The offer I'm referring to is with Quentin, and we've worked out so that we can just raise his price just a little bit and give you a two-pay option. But he was like, "Whoa, horsey!" So we wanted to make you guys aware of that right away. Another thing I want to remind you, please comment on these shows. We love to just interact with you, help you along on your spiritual journey, really take you into the depths of who you are. And you can do that through just YouTube watching and comments. So I don't want you to ever feel limited or if you don't have resources, because we will respond to every one of your comments. And if you have any questions or need anything, you can always email us at team@houthustle.com. And now I'm going to bring up Karen and we are going to start. And as Leonka has been doing all week, I had your bio up just 1 second ago. So I was going to give you a brief introduction, but as reading it, and now it's not showing up. So I'm going to just say what I read in it, that I don't know that we've ever read your bio like in depth ever on the show. But one of the things that I really get from it is you have this beautiful crossover back and forth beyond the veils. And you also really, it seems that your true purpose and mission is to help people find their heart's desires and really go towards their life's destiny. And I feel that my son is 30 and getting married this weekend. And I feel that I am ramping up for really having a talk about him following his heart. So, I would love to talk a little bit about heart's desires because I feel that that is love, heart, that is how we navigate here on planet Earth. So, Karen, do you want to start there today? Oh boy, now I can't. You're muted though. I was like, what did I do wrong? Leonka's not here and I mess up our sound system. Let's see. I can here I can tap to unmute you. That might pull something up to help you.
Unmute.
There you go.
Technology. I'm so glad my guides are here because I have no idea where we're starting because I've forgotten, but they're reminding me. So there's nothing more important. And thank you for this entree in, is because this is exactly what I want to talk about. Is we are all here to master being spiritual beings. And the
Mm,
way that we do that and the way that we pull our destiny in closer and expand it even bigger is through our love, through what we love to do, how we just what we love to do, how we love to spend our time. Just beautiful, beautiful self-love.
mhm,
And there's, kind of like I always refer to it as the second foot to the three-footed stool as far as finding one's destiny and finding out one's purpose being here. It's just remembering what you love. And the second thing is really kind of looking back at what you've been really good at, what you're just naturally good at. And that might have been something that even when you were a tiny little child, they said, Here, can you do this? And you kind of picked it up and ran with it. And people around you like, Wow, have you done this before? And
mhm,
the answer is yes, many, many lives. But just what you're really good at, what you love. And then the third foot of this stool, as far as finding your destiny and finding your life purpose. And it's where my team loves to spend the most time. So, what's your biggest fear?
mhm,
And overcoming your biggest fear, putting the other two together and expanding it even larger. It's like, ooh, I love, being in front of people. I love helping people. Well, how can I do that in a bigger way? What are other ways that I can do that? And well, I'm really good at writing. I love writing. Well, maybe I can write a book. Oh, I know that when I go on a stage, and I start speaking, people lean in. So maybe I just want to have like a bigger audience, but just really get in touch with what you love,
mhm.
what you're naturally good at, and then we'll deal with the spooky wookies
Yeah.
when that gets started.
As you're saying this, I'm looking like at the depth behind each one. And usually what you're good at is also you love it. I remember being a fast pitch softball pitcher, and I was just naturally really good at it. And I got praise upon it because I was so good at it, just up and natural, right? So there was a ton of other things that you get when you're good at something. So then you also love it, I find. And I think that, fear, there's a reason that you're fearing it. That's that area that's out of your comfort zone. So you know that you want it. It's like somebody wants to be a speaker on stage and they go, "Oh, that just makes me shake in my shoes." And but deep, deep, deep down, that's also a love, right? So like the depth, I love how that's like so surface level. And then the depth underneath all goes back to that core of your heart's desire, the love of it.
Yeah, it's who we were when we were really little before we scared our caretakers and they knocked it out of us. You know?
Yeah.
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 So, and really, when you think about fear, not when you think about it, when you feel fear, when you think about fear, I just please, please, please remember that it's just a mind-made thing.
Mm,
You literally are launching back into a time when, I mean, it's as simple as somebody scolded you about XYZ.
yep. Yeah.
That simple. And, and that was probably the time or one of the times that we handed over our power and we handed over what we knew we loved and we handed over everything in order to be safe, in order to belong, to be part of the family, to be loved. And so when those thoughts come up, when we go back to that, we think of everything, it's all mind made on what we could lose if we don't give this up. Now, the beautiful
Absolutely.
thing about giving it up, no, somebody just said it's 11:11 here.
Yep, it is here in Central Time. Everyone vibes with that triple angel number, don't they?
Oh, yeah, it's so important. It's just so beautiful. It's just a connection. It's just a way that you know you're connected in with your team.
Yes,
So,
it's a sign.
yes.
Quite literally, it's like pay attention to what you're talking about right now. It's
Yeah,
11:11.
or better, pay attention to how you're feeling and what's kind of
Hmm.
going through you and what you're kind of like, oh, I know that. Yeah, that resonates. Yes, that's
Hmm.
true. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So, so you're either going to get kicked back to being scolded, and all you need to do when that shows up is like, oh, this is just mind made. This is not my reality. This is not my guide speaking to me. Your guides will never scare you. They
Mm.
will never make you worry. They will never, ever, ever make you concerned with anything at all. And so, for all of those that have heard me before, you know what I'm going to say next. Invoke your very first spiritual law, which is everything sent back to the light must go. And you bat that bad boy right back into the light. You do not need to take any more time with it at all.
Hmm. It's fun. We actually ended the show yesterday talking about fear. And we were saying, well, can you get rid of fear? Is it just feel the fear and do it anyway? And I was just kind of playing with the speaker around it. And Lianka said she had a practice that when her head would go, well, what if, and then the worst cases, and she'd be like, well, is that really true? Send it. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye. And she said that was one of her ways to get her nervous system off of the fear. And so I think that it's more like send it to the light in pieces in our cases sometimes too. Like you can't just say, here's a bundle, take it all. And you can. You probably can, Karen, but we can't. We're not good enough yet. So it's more like, here's our biggest worry about this, that's creating this fear. Boom, off to the spooky wookie, off to the light from that spooky wookie.
Yeah, well, all it is density. It's just
Hmm.
not your truth, and
I
that's
love
it.
that. Say
And
that again, just a little louder. I just want everyone to hear that it's
yeah,
density. Yeah.
it's just density. It's
Hmm.
darkness that is looking for the light. And everybody here is a beautiful healer. So we just attract that. We attract the darkness to heal it. And that doesn't mean we need to take it on. We need to find out what's wrong with us that attracted it. We need to spend, make a career of hanging out with it. All we need to do is like, let's just send it right back to the light, not your light. Your light
Hmm.
is to beam out, send it back to the big light, kind of like to the big house. Um,
Oh my gosh, I just got something that's kind of interesting. There's a
yeah.
lot of people that I have mystical experiences and they're looking for meaning around that mystical experience. And that feels a little dense in my world. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Like where we're looking for meaning and definition around things and the density around that?
So you are so describing the analyticals.
Mm-hmm.
That they've got their mind is constantly going. They need to have all the answers, and if they don't, that hamster just keeps running as fast as it can on that wheel to keep it around and around and around and around.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also going to refer to that as density. That is just part of your system's superpower, where you're able to analyze and put things together. And so, and this is one of the hardest things for the analyticals to do is when you start spinning and it gets uncomfortable and like, what if and what if and what if and what's the meaning here and what if it's not what I think it is? I don't even know where they go there. But it's also very fair to say, okay, this is density that is not in my best interest. I'm going to go ahead and send it back to the light to be transmuted back to love and light and let your team know I'm an analytical. This scares me. I've been
Hmm.
taught I need to take care of everything coming at me or it's going to take me out. So I'm going to just trust this process and you need to show me proof of the benefit of me having just done this. Otherwise, I'm picking it back up and we're fighting with it again.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, and what you will always experience is one of the very first things you'll feel is kind of like this, oh, this I can breathe, this relax, and I want you to always say, thank you. Show me even clearly, more clearly. Show me even more clearly. Thank you for that. And then you'll just start getting all of the pieces of the benefits of doing that.
Hmm. Well, it's funny you just brought that all back to fear. So that head tripping stuff that we do, and I had a moment a few weeks ago, my nervous system was really high, and I was saying I couldn't even meditate. My brain was looping like that. Well, and I was saying I was out of a comfort zone, but that is fear. And so you're also saying that when people head trip on meanings or head trips on relationships, and does a boy think this, or just head trips and thinks a lot like that, that often is because of fear. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, and again, it's a mind-made thing. It's not
Hmm.
real.
Got it.
Um, and
Oh,
that,
you're saying as the fifth dimensional, but beyond the matrix feeling. Yeah, okay, got it.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So if you feel like you're in worry or fear, you're remembering an old thing, something old that you got scolded,
Oh,
um, or you're spinning or you're worried about an unknown future.
mm-hmm.
And what your team wants you to know when you are spinning on an unknown future, they want you to take a very, very deep breath. And my guides have told me that when we take one really deep, resettling breath and release it, we will completely reset. And then I want you to remember to just say, I wonder what's coming next. It's going to surprise and delight me. What
Mm-hmm.
miracles are going to come next? What is going to be so magical to me that happens next? And if you go back into worry, I'm going to just, I'm going to tell you this, everybody, go take a nap,
Yeah.
reset, boot.
Yeah. Yeah, reboot back to the spaciousness that you actually are. I feel like I need sticky notes around my house with like little Karen reminders, like breathe and then ask for what's next, ask for what great grand adventure or whatever, right? Kind of that sense of like, okay, there's this excess construct that I'm getting rid of. Here's I have spaciousness, fill it with a great dream, desire, and the flow. Yeah. I'm loving
Yeah,
this.
well,
It really does all come back to that stool, those three
right?
pillars, right?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. One day I felt like I had an epiphany, and Lianka just kind of like is like, duh. And the epiphany was,
Mm.
oh, it really is just love. Like they were literally like, we're gonna send you down to earth, and all you do need to do is follow your dreams and love each other.
Yeah.
And then now look what's happened.
Well, we're such magical beings. And when we landed here, we landed awakened, so we knew everything. And then we scared the people around us so bad they knocked everything out of us. Um, and but that was already arranged before we came here, so that because we couldn't understand from the other side. I'm all light and love. I can do anything. I'm magic. I'm going to pop down here and then ta-da, I'm going to bring peace on earth. I'm going to bring love to all. And they're like, no, I think you want to grow some. I think you want to like grow your soul in a way that is much more meaningful for you. So what we're going to do is have that knocked all the way out of you. We're going to have you feeling like you have no power, like you are not light, you are just a loser. You can't do anything right. And everything that you love is wrong. Everything that you hate is right. Blah, blah, blah. And
Mm.
so we went through this wounding. And then what is so beautiful about where we are all at right now is we're awakening and we are remembering who we are. We're remembering
Mm.
our light. We're remembering our power. We're remembering that literally we can manifest anything. All we have to do
Yeah.
is want it
And be the energy of it. Yeah,
and
I
match the
really feel like
energy.
that. And that,
Yeah.
see, that's the next key lesson here, isn't it? Because then you go, okay, here's your heart's desire. And and that's where we have to get rid of all this other 3D matrix stuff, right? The spooky wookies,
Yeah,
right? Do you want to
right.
talk? Yeah, you want to go down that
Yeah, I
rabbit hole for
do.
us?
Oh, my guides are just like,
Mhm.
thank you for bringing that up. This is, you're literally
Yeah,
just
I
like
feel like
hitting
we
us.
are doing a blueprint for everyone. Here's your blueprint of manifestation and living from your heart's desires and being love in the world and and being the energy, space, and consciousness the next thing you want. Loving this.
Right.
Fun.
So yeah, so what your teams and my team wants you all to know is that when you get the spooky wookies, when you get the icky stickies, when you get anything that does not feel 100% at peace,
Mm.
100% when you open your eyes and all you see is rainbow sparkles and unicorns, then you are not looking at your truth.
You
And
just said what Barbie saw at the beginning of the Barbie movie. Touching it
oh,
from
oh,
the
oh, I love it. I love that movie.
and
Um, and
then the
so,
Earth hit her, the 3D hit her. We just all be
yeah, but
love
what
that.
my guides want you to know is when the icky stickies come in, all they are doing is showing you what needs a little bit more love for you to have a little bit more hope, for you to move this block out of the way. So if you are, so they want you to look at the spooky wookies and the icky stickies as, as your friend. If you're worried about the future, what it really means is that you have gone into some unconscious decision making. You've gone into some unconscious thinking about, oh, nothing ever goes right for me. Oh, last time I felt like this, everything went wrong. And so they want you to really kind of look at that and go, oh, thank you for showing me what needs a little bit more love right now.
Hmm.
And I don't need to know anything about it. I'm just going to send it back to the light. And it's probably really big. So I'm also going to reboot for about 5 minutes and
Hmm.
reset and let you guys just take care of it. But they really want you to befriend all the stuff that doesn't feel right because you're just kind of chipping away at everything that is not you. Uh-oh, I'm powerless. Nothing good ever happens for me. I've never been able to manage this money thing. And and those are gifts for you to like, oh,
Yeah.
thank you. That's not who I am. That's not
Interesting.
who I
Yeah.
be. And to
My first book, Seven Dragons, was all about that, befriending your dragon, so to speak, because it's a part of you. I think that maybe it's you don't want to give your friends away is sort of the attachment. I mean, because then the next day we do pull back the reference points a lot of times. We'll, have that integration, send it back to the light, and then all of a sudden we come crashing down the next day and be like, oh my gosh, it's back again. Is that so? Is this just you continue the process until it's finally gone, is what you're going to tell me?
Yes. And yeah, and I love the concept of the dragons, and all they're doing is protecting your spiritual gold. That
Yes.
is all that they're doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, what I've been shown and what I talk about is when we have been able to um and I'm just going to talk about the 4 steps of really mastering something. When we come up with an idea, when we come up with a mental idea on what would be really fun, that would be so cool if I could, start my healing business. I'm just going to start there.
Hmm.
That'd be so cool. It'd be so nice. I'm going to feel so good that I'm going to be in service. And so the very first step of it is really in this mental step. So your words become a thing, your thoughts become a thing. That's a second spiritual law. And so you speak what would really make you happy. You speak about, or think about, what your life is going to look like and how empowered you're going to feel and how, um, happy and in service and having plenty coming in. And when you spend enough time thinking about it and speaking about it, that allows the emotional resonance to kind of get into your body so you can start feeling. I always refer to it as, you're onto something really good for yourself when you kind of feel your tail wag, like if you were a puppy, your tail would wag and you get really excited.
Hmm.
And that means you're literally giving birth to it.
Hmm.
And when you give birth to it and you put it out into the world at large, um, if it is being birthed from your heart, know that you have just created it. And the very next thing that is happening is I refer to that as the Glenda the Good Witch bubble.
Oh, I love
And
that.
it floats right in. It connects into your auric field. Know that you have just created this beautiful, beautiful life for yourself. And and they also want you to know that you're creating it because it's part of your destiny. If it was not part of your destiny, you wouldn't want it. You
Mhm.
you,
Right.
you would be doing something else. I don't know
Yeah.
what.
I used to make this analogy that, like pretend that you wanted to do what you wanted to do. Okay. Now pretend you wanted to be an ice skater. And it's like, okay, so which one seems more fun? You know,
I
and a couple
love
times
that.
people have said the ice skater, and I'm like, yeah, but can you really see yourself doing that? And especially doing it professionally and for a living and the work that it would require. And, it's just kind of, no, we're destined for a destiny. We had a plan coming in, is how I
No,
mean, that's my point of view, I guess.
no, that's my point of view. It's my guide's point of view.
Mhm.
I think that's the way that it works. And,
Yes.
and even when we kind of look at like, huh, where am I now? All you have to do is kind of turn around and do an inventory of your past. And you look at how every little dot connects,
Mm.
how every step you've ever made was perfect, how everything you've ever done was guided, even if all you were doing was collecting data about what you don't want, whatever
Mhm.
it is, but everything was in perfection and to get you to where you are now. And just know that the dots are all going to connect up here as well.
Mhm. Wow.
They're all to do it.
What do you
So,
say when people say, I can't get that puppy wagging feeling anymore, and they just feel kind of, complacent in their ways and they just feel like I lost it. Is there a practice or a place to go to regain that puppy energy again?
yeah, what you're describing right now are the empaths that um, have attracted so many narcissists.
Mm. Yeah.
And that was always an agreement. That was always an agreement. As a narcissist. main thing that they are trying to learn how to do is how to gain compassion for many others. So,
Mm,
of course, they're attracted to the empath that we give and love absolutely everybody. It's not our job to heal them. It's not our job is to model to them what they need to know. On the other hand, their job for us, they master self-love. Okay.
mm,
They don't leave one thing uncovered that they don't want. And so they are our greatest teachers. That does not mean marry them, get in with them. That does not mean that. It is like observe them and practice what they've shown you about themselves. So our job is literally just, this is our job, is to master unconditional self-love. And
mm.
it is the hardest thing for us to do. It is the hardest thing because, we love saving others. We're really good at it. It's where we've gotten all of our attaboys. And then at the end of the day, we are literally left exhausted, angry, hungry,
Mhm.
lonely, and just tired. And then we get really resentful, and then we've got more narcissists, or we've got more people that are pulling at us. And rather than saying, I can't do it any longer, I'm I'm mad, I'm lonely, I'm tired. There's nothing fun about this, which is a beautiful sign from your team to say, you need a little bit of self-care. You need a little bit of
Mhm.
self-love. You need to cut out a certain part of your day to only do what's going to make you feel good, that's going to make you feel alive. And that might just be napping. That
Yeah,
might just be sleeping. It might be
resting.
getting out into nature. It might be painting. It may be cooking. It may be whatever you love to do. There, oftentimes with empaths, is if oh well, I love to like make a cup of tea and sit out on my porch, and I love watching the birds, and and all of the beautiful butterflies and the trees. And then we go right into like, well, that's not work. I'm being lazy. I'm not doing
Mm,
enough. I'm not doing enough. And then we beat up on ourselves, and then we go back out and give more, give more, give more, give more till we're really tired.
mhm.
So it's really about gaining our boundaries. Just think of the last narcissist that came in, and think about how they their boundaries. I mean, they were beautiful.
Yeah,
They showed you perfectly how to do it. This was PhD level, okay?
yeah.
And how they took care of themselves and how they spoke about what they needed. And when they were feeling a little bit off, they blamed you because, you were exhausted because all your love was going and all your love and all your caretaking until there was nothing left of you. And then they got mad at you for having nothing left.
Mm,
And so
wow.
and so really the only way to bring our energy back in is make sure that we're not getting energy from that it's all from ourselves. It's all of our own self-love and not compelled to go save other people
Mhm.
and not in our trauma response of, oh, I need to fawn and take care of everybody, or otherwise I'm going to be in danger. Um, and
Wow.
it's literally just whatever you need to feel like you can hit that beautiful, quiet point. And they also want you to know that many of you have given so much. They want you to feel comfortable with how long this process takes on just self-love, 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 self-love. You were never meant to go out and do and heal. You were only meant to master unconditional self-love, not unlike Jesus did when he walked on this planet. And so it's just your love from your heart that is doing the healing, and that's where you're moving towards.
Yeah. I had a teacher once say, Imagine if you're going to the altar, would you marry yourself if you were the one you met? And I thought that that was just such a cool way to say it. Like, would you really truly commit to marrying the the energy that you are as a person, or would you drive yourself crazy? And I thought, talk about self-love. I mean, that really truly is that self-match for sure.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, self-match. And if you're looking for love outside of yourself, whew, buckle up, buttercup. You're in for a beautiful soul expanding ride.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you would really go to a commitment ceremony to marry the energy and the being that you are, who are you, right? Because how much,
Right.
I mean, I feel like I hit these moments where I'm like, if I keep doing this, I'm not even gonna like myself. Like if I'll start, I like it when I do regular exercise. I like it when I eat a certain way. When I start going into overstress and doing other things, I stop not liking myself. And I think it's a really good calibration to go, okay, wait. When we are this way, when our energy's this way, then we love ourselves. And when it's not, well, that's clearly we should have been doing the work every single day of almost every single moment, as you're saying. Is that how you say to do this work?
Yes, because we are no longer in supplicants. We're no longer like wringing our hands, going, "Oh, please, 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 please tell me the next step." And
Mhm.
they're not telling us the next step. They want us in co-creation with them, telling them what we want and how we want to feel when we get it,
Mhm.
handing over all the how to them
Yeah,
because they can move the sun, the moon, the stars to make anything happen, to make incredible miracles happen. They just want us in that beautiful creation place of
well,
creating what we want.
I love
And
this so much. It's so simple.
it's
Yeah.
so simple, and yet it is so hard.
I think
Um,
that yeah, well, I don't mean to keep interrupting, but I feel like
no
I
problem.
feel like this is really opening doors for people because then the next thing that really comes up is, well, I can't do it. It's cute that, Karen and Jeneth could do this, like literally see it, the limiting belief, the bucket, and then just go send it to the light. It's and then
Thank
take a
you.
nap. And I just think that people think that's too simple. And there's some conditioning back there to get them past even the self-doubt, which isn't self-love.
Right. Well, that was we all came in and we were trained to be really good slaves. We were, work, work here, work, work there. Absolutely no tra-la-las. Horrible song there. But we just work hard, and I need to work hard to get my attaboys.
Hmm.
And those slave shackles have been cut. We're being asked to create like the God source light that we are. And so, in order to do that, we need to be able to remember who we are. We already know how to do this. We've done this many, many times.
Hmm.
It's just remembering it and the way that our teams are working with us to help us remember it is they're bringing the discomfort in. So if you feel any discomfort, you didn't do anything wrong, you don't deserve it, you don't, this is just an opportunity to clear this and send it back to the heart, send it back to the light. And it doesn't mean that you're wrong and you need to go into therapy for 10 years. You don't have, it's just like, oh, do I like how I feel? No.
Hmm.
Um, you know what? I'm going to create over it. So I don't like feeling like I'm not allowed to shine my light, that I'm not allowed to be seen and heard. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and just send that back to the light because I have great I'm a very good creator that way. And then I'm going to launch pad. And even if all you can muster up is I want to feel a little bit better, I want to feel a little bit stronger, I want to feel a little bit more hopeful. You have just created this incredible new beginning in your life. And this also reminds me, and I want to bring it up because I think this is very important for many, many people right now. What is what's actually happened? I don't know anything about astrology, but I certainly can see what happened to everybody's timelines and what happens,
Hmm.
to where we are. And with this last astrology that we had, where all the planets went still point or something, that may not be
Yeah,
quite
aligned. Yeah, aligned, I think.
aligned. Yes. Okay. So what happened to each of us on our path is we stepped out of the cycle that we were in. We had no grace period of like, whew, that was nice. And let me, integrate and wow, I'm glad I'm done with that one. We literally just stepped off of that last cycle, stepped onto a brand new cycle. And the reason that this happened is this is the way that our team, this is the way that all there is teaching us to be the creators that we are. So what happened is we stepped on our brand new cycle. And it was shiny, it was bright. We saw incredible, hopeful pictures. We got really, really excited. And then the next thing that happened was we got this tsunami of spooky wookies coming up behind us with all the stuff we had not taken care of in the past cycle. Now, that doesn't mean, oh, I've got another cycle with this. What they want you to do is look at those spooky wookies coming in and go, oh, just stop and take a breath and don't go into panic mode and basically say thank you for reminding me that I have an option right now to send this all back to the light and create a brand new future moving forward. And you will not believe the miracles that'll happen when you do that because you're going to be getting rid of big, large, lifelong karmic things.
Hmm.
And what they don't want you to do is like, oh, well, I can't get past this. This is just who I am. They just want you to know that your team is teaching you to be a creator. And the
Yeah.
best way to learn how to be a creator is not when, the tsunami is going to take you out. It's when you first wake up and you open up your eyes. What my team wants you to start practicing doing is like, okay, I am in charge of my day. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay here for about 5 minutes and I'm just going to think of everything that I want to do in the day, and I'm going to create the kind of day that I have. So that might be, normally you'd have to jump out of bed, you'd have to take care of kids, you'd have to take them off to school or do whatever you do. And so this is what I want this next segment to be. I want to get up. I want to feel very relaxed. I want to feel really joyful and happy. I want my kids just to, be in this great mood and somehow they're all ready to go. I'm not trying to gather them up. I'm not trying to fight anybody. And we're going to get into the car so I can drop them off. And I'm going to turn the radio on. Our favorite song is going to come on. We're all going to sing and have this wonderful time. I'm going to drop them off. I am going to feel like the greatest and most successful mother that I've ever felt in my whole life.
Hmm.
And bye-bye. And I'm going to drive home. I'm going to make a cup of tea. I don't care what has to be done. I'm going to go out onto the porch and I'm going to go say hello to all the birds and the butterflies. And they want you to just keep creating every little segment. They want you to
Hmm.
get in the habit of doing that. Create everything that's going to feel good. It doesn't matter what you do, but what happens is they will give that to you and
Yes.
then they will expand on it. And then since you've created it, they will continue moving, creating and helping you create more of it. So getting in the habit of doing that very much in the same way of getting in the habit of when the spooky wookie's coming in, just okay, I'm just going to send you back to the light. Somebody told me some chick here said do it. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I think that and I think that the thing that I wanted when asking for that doubt question was for you to really show people you have choice. And if somebody can't make you feel guilty, somebody can't make you feel wrong, somebody can't make you feel, unworthy, right? You're doing that to yourself. That's a construct or a button you've installed in you, and you're doing it to yourself. And I think it's really important for them to be reminded that they have choice even in those kind of situations. You know, when life happens, you've got choice. You've got a choice on the way that you want to feel.
Well, all you're
Or-
doing is making really good choices on how you're going to feel because of that is your emotional resonance that is going to
Mhm.
match everything that you want. And
Uh-huh.
when you're able to do
Uh-huh.
that, your heart is able to blossom. And when your heart blossoms, you give birth to everything that you want. And I'm going to go back to the Glinda the Good
Mhm.
Witch bubble. So you've created this beautiful life. You're really excited. It comes in, and just know that the very first thing that that Glenda the Good Witch bubble is going to do with your new life that you just created, then your tail's wagging, your heart's blossoming. The very first thing that it's going to do is it's going to push out all of the old habits, patterns, and beliefs you've picked up along the line that says that you're not worthy, you can't have it. Who do you think you are? Your light doesn't shine, don't even try. And and so the very first thing that's going to come up are the spooky wookies are going to come up, and all you need to do is like, nope. Thank you for showing me I have a choice. I'm not taking this forward into this new life. Off to the light you go.
Yeah.
But
Well,
expect,
and I mean, gosh, if we are the creator of every single moment in this life, that we're even creating the drama and the doubt and the everything. And it's like, what would it really take for us to just drop it all and say, maybe Karen is right? And
well, and I'm also going to say it's also really tough because as an empath,
Mm,
we love drama. There's
yes.
nothing we love more.
It's a dopamine, amplifier,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, there's nothing more exciting to us.
Yeah.
And it's just because we're good at it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that we need to make a career of it. Um,
Right? It's funny. Dana said on the chat that brought something up in me. She said it's response versus reaction. And I say yes to that. But I also say there's resistance, reaction, and alignment and agreement. So you can also be that yes person that just wants to please all the time, and you're in a habit of pleasing, pleasing, pleasing. And that's just as bad as somebody that responds and reacts.
Yeah, well, the other thing that we're working with, and it's why we've got, I mean, if we were just to get a touchstone into our emotional system, um, yeah, I'm just going to say in our emotional system, and then in our, our little crazy brain. And everything that came up, if we don't like it, we sent it back to the light. You wouldn't believe how quickly you would create the most beautiful, uh, um, the most beautiful life for you ever. So here's the rub.
I
We
thought
are
I was the rubber, where the rubber meets the road right here.
Yeah, this is here it is. So we are an accumulation of every decision we've ever made.
Mhm.
And 85 to 90% of those decisions we're not even aware of. We're responding out of trauma. We are responding out of, it's just hair trigger.
Mhm.
And so the other thing that my guides have been, asking me to teach and tell everybody about is they're kind of like, it's just going to take forever you to figure out what those are. And so they're saying, just practice the first law, the spiritual law, which is everything sent back to the light must go. And what my team is asking me to do, and everybody who is interested in better being aware of their decisions and making better decisions in the future without beating yourself up about the ones you're making, is just ask that your team lift all of, those gauzy little scrims off of your soul that have no purpose any longer for
Mhm.
where you are going and stepping into, and just ask that they're lifted and sent back to the light and to be transmuted. And I promise you, when you open up your eyes, you'll see so much clearer. You'll see so much clearer, and you'll be aware that you've been looking at life and looking at your life through kind of like a gauzy curtain where you can see an oak tree, but you can't see the leaves and you can't see the acorns and you can't see the birds and you can't see all of the beauty and the detail. But keep asking for those scrims that are no longer in service to who you are becoming to go back to the light, and you'll be very, very pleased with the epiphanies that happen. It's like, oh, I know why I made those decisions. I don't ever have to do this again. It's healed, it's done. And they really want you to befriend all of the spooky wookies because that's the way your team is showing you what you don't want for you to send back to the light and create what you do want
Wow.
instead. And most of us wouldn't know. We would just numbly walk and go, "Oh, this is just the way it is. This is just what I do. Are you happy? Nope, not happy, but this is just it." And they want me to they want me to say that is the same with those emotions. That interestingly, it spells out halt, HALT. If you feel hungry, you're not self taking care of yourself. If you're feeling angry, you are not taking care of yourself. If you're feeling lonely, you're not taking care of yourself. And if you're tired, you are not taking care of yourself.
Mm.
And so those
Oh.
are those beautiful friends that are just saying, nope, you need a little bit more love. Not out to anybody out.
So
It has
it's hungry, angry,
angry, lonely, and
lonely.
tired.
Yeah. Mine might be bored.
Yeah, no, you're a drama
Yeah.
queen like me. I want lots of drama. I want lots
Yeah.
of
No,
stuff. I
I
want
I
lots of
actually
stuff I can say. Yeah.
I actually had to say I love challenges, and then I'm like, wait, stop giving me so many
Yeah, wait.
challenges.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
yeah.
really interesting. Yeah, it makes me really realize that with that Seven Dragons first book, I actually made an image, like a little cute dragon, that was kind of the visual of I have this going on. I have this resistance going on. And now I'm like thinking, well, then these poofy, cutie little dragons, then I can visualize sending them to the light, and it kind of makes it a little more solid for me. I'm gonna give that a try.
Yeah, or if they're fire breathing, just have them send all that energy, just have them send it all out.
Right, right. And I think I'm going to use halt more often and really pay attention. I know with Leonka, she's tired a lot, it seems. And I know, I mean, she's got a bigger life than me with that big Latino family. I'm just here alone. My parents went bye-bye and up to the light a little while ago. So I don't have so much of those parties and things going on like I used to when I was younger. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
yeah,
hungry,
that's
angry. I could see angry coming up. Lonely, not very much for me. Like, please leave me alone,
right. Yeah,
which
yeah.
might be something too.
Well, you personally, you are, it's not even so much on like, I want all this stuff going on. You have like an attraction for the unknown. And
Hmm.
so it feels bigger. There's more to unpack. There's more, which is really beautiful.
Thank you. Let
Yeah.
actually talking about readings. Do you want to take a few callers and just so that they can demonstrate your work? We've been going a little bit, and I didn't realize the time was hitting us so fast.
Certainly, I love readings.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I love you reading.
Oh my gosh.
Just a reminder, guys, if you do want a reading, please turn on your camera when, and if possible, it does seem to help, with the entire energy of it all. But it's funny. We had had, I guess, almost four calls together before at the very end, the readings were so good. I was like, do me. And at the time I was just trying to get clearer with my channels and my guides, and I asked for some advice, and it was advice from you that is almost like a celebrity on these calls. So I was like, really took it to heart, and it really changed how I looked at everything, because you were kind of like, you're a clear cognizant and you can do things the way I do things. So ask your guides to, model me basically. And it's really opened the door to how I'm working with my guides and not, doubting my guides and really following the energy in each moment. So great. Let's take some callers. I uh, just for the sake of time, don't want to go too long just yapping about myself. All right, Paula, you're up.
Hello, hi Karen.
Hello, how are you?
Good, fairy godmother. Just love your energy.
Mm,
I've never had a reading by you, so I'm just excited to see kind of what you tap into and feel is coming up for me.
Well, you have a brand new opportunity coming in. And it's really, and you're just going to need to make a choice whether or not you're going to grab your shaking guts in your hand and go, you know what, I've always wanted this. This is the most important thing for me ever. And I'm going to grab the spooky wookies. I'm going to send them back to the light. I'm going to take a nap and I'm going to say yes. And I'm just keep guiding me, just keep guiding me. I'm very excited about this. I want to feel I want to feel that calm and that excitement in my body when I say yes to whatever this is that's coming in. And I want my heart to open. And I want to feel it in my body. And then I'm going to make a promise to myself that I'm going to take the first step and really embody it and move forward. And I'm going to actually surprise myself with how comfortable I am in the energy of all of this change. But you've got something so beautiful for you. You've wanted this forever and ever and ever.
Wow, awesome. Thank you. I
Yeah.
feel the excitement in my body already just from you talking, so I think I'm just going to come back and rewatch this over and over.
Yeah, and it's yeah, you've been working towards this your whole life. And you've been on this, really beautiful spiritual journey, and you've been figuring this out, and you've made a commitment, and this is part of who you are. And they're finally, the skies are opening, ta-da, and they're singing hello and yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, congratulations.
That
Thank
was
you.
actually 100% an example of exactly what lesson we just went through in a way, wasn't it? It's like, here it
Yeah.
is, but the fear has been like not sure. But now that you meet her with her frequency, you can even validate what she already knows is true, but she doesn't yet 100% trust that knower. So then she's like, this has been my life. And, that change is uncomfortable and it's, quote, fearful, which is one of those first three pillars. I'm loving this. All right. Next tape, I think you're Kaylee Be Kind. So you're up. I might have not said your name. It was very small.
My name is Kati, and this is
Hati.
my last name. It's called Liebeskind. It means a good child.
Oh, okay, great. Well, be kind. It was kind of almost the same thing. I just didn't know where the punctuation ended there.
It's close together. I don't know how to separate it, so therefore it's my first name and last name.
Great.
Hi, Janet, and hi, dearest Karen. The same thing that you said to Paula also is the same for me. So
Yes, yes.
you could say it to me. I have two questions. Why do I always attract, not always, sometimes, why do I sometimes attract the wrong people? And how can I attract the right people? It was especially in business deals and when I dealt with officials. I always choose the wrong people, even if they gave me signs. I just missed the signs.
So, what I'm being told for you is two things. I talked about it a little bit earlier on before you even meet with these potential business people or these potential partners or whoever they are. I want you to create the experience that you want to have. I want you to create, the segment of time that, okay, I'm meeting with this person and this person is unknown to me. And this is how I want, this segment of this time to go. So I want to wake up. I want to feel refreshed. I want to feel excited about this meeting. I want to, as I'm maybe driving to the reading, I want to part the seas, all green lights. I want my favorite song on the radio. I want to feel really good when I get there. And I want for them to be able to see my value. I want me to be able to speak my value, and I want a clear sign whether or not this is going to be a good match for me. And so what I'm looking at is what's happening is you're showing up and you're exciting people, and they like who you are, but it's almost like they want to take who you are. um, and so I want you to go into your own system and just say, what's the value here for me? Take money out of it. Take money out of that. But how do I feel when I'm standing with this person? How do I feel? What am I noticing when they're speaking? And just ask your team to just show you who is standing in front of you at this time. But you've been attracting a lot of people who want what you have.
Yes,
They
yes,
want, yeah, your knowledge. They want what you have, but it is not. But it's almost like they're selfishly grabbing it from you.
mhm, yes, this is true.
Yeah, and if that's the feeling, then nope, that's not your person.
Yes, thank you.
Mhm. Yeah.
Thank you.
This helped a lot. I thought like this in the past, like when I had to deal with very unpolite people. I always thought before, like, um, the talk will be very nice, and I also wrote this down, and then the talk was really nice. But it helped a lot what you said, that the angels can give me some signs how they are, and then I say, no, now I attract the right people who are in support and also offer something valuable to me.
Yeah, and aligned to where you're going and what you want and your purpose and extracting what you're good at and what you love and helping actually sit with you you know those people you meet that you just stand in front of them and you feel braver. You just feel like you have more courage because you're there with like a soulmate, with a soul family. Um, and yeah, so what you're needing to attract. But right now you've just got people who are they literally it looks like they just
Yes.
um I mean, I'm looking at like a carcass in the desert with, birds, just like, ooh, she's got this that I want. No, she's learned this that I want. She's like, so, and yeah, we're going to go ahead and take that whole picture of people having nothing to give you, that you only have stuff that they want to steal. Let's go ahead and just take that whole picture with your permission. And let's go ahead and just command all that go back to the light to be transmuted back to love and light. And I want you to take a really, really deep breath. And I want you to just imagine these next people coming in, these next partners coming in that are going to be so aligned with who you are, what you want to achieve. And they're going to be able to help you in ways that you can't even imagine.
Thank you. This helped a lot.
Yeah, that's just old stuff. That's
Mhm.
just old stuff from that last cycle.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
I want to just point something out. Do you see how Karen took the spooky wookie, made the picture, and then sent that to the light? And I guess the little question I have is it always usually like the visual of the picture that you're like, I mean, it's not like just bye, bye, bye. I mean, you're doing it from all of you, the infinite being that you are. You're saying, see this picture, bye-bye. That's how I perceive it in your energy. It's not like just here, here, here. Like you have to do it from all that it is. What about that?
Um,
Is that, am I just making stuff up to make it more complicated
no,
or okay.
when I'm working on somebody else's behalf to move
Mhm.
them out, I see it very clearly. I feel it clearly. I know where it comes from. I hear it. I encapsulate and then just move it out. And so when you first start working with this energy, if you choose to, and there's thousands of right ways to do it. This is if it's not easy, I don't want to do it. So this is the way I do it. Um, and uh, um, and it's just, trusting. It's just trusting. If you see clearly, or if you are clairsentient and you feel it clearly, get into your strongest clair so that you feel it. You just like no place. I don't even like how this feels while I'm thinking about it before I send it out. But just go into your strongest clairs, and as you learn to master this it'll connect in with all your clairs. So it moves fast, it moves out hard, and, leaves a lot of beautiful spaciousness for you.
Thank you. I really felt that it was just, you're making it sound too simple sometimes, and I know that with beginners, and it probably is very simple for you, and I can probably do it on some level, right? It's probably, those bigger ones that I'm more attached to, they're a little bit harder. And I just feel like sometimes people need to be given the little pieces of how you're being and your energy and requesting, or may I even say demanding it leave. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Great.
And when my guides first gave this to me, I literally was at a place I could not get out from under the coveys.
Uh-huh.
I literally off to the light. I don't want to know anything about off to the light, off to the light to the
Wow.
where I was exhausted. I would fall asleep. I would wake up. I would feel where my life was off to the light, off to the light, off to the light. So even on the really big things,
Mhm.
it's going to work. What I
Yeah.
really recommend with the big things, again, is I'm going to go ahead and send this off to the light, and I need you guys to give me proof of the benefit of me doing this because this feels too easy and fluffy.
Okay. I love that. Too easy, too fluffy. You show me that this worked. Love it. All right, let's take just a couple more and then I want people to know how they can work with you.
Okay.
Margaret, you are up.
Hi, Karen. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have talked with you before, and I went to Hawaii, and it was really expanding and great.
Mm.
Um, I got through all the bumps, but I still have some residual sticky energy from the people that I was sharing a house with. And so is it the same process of like sending it into the light? I mean, I chose to be positive and not like take it in, but it's still stuck. Some of this energy is still stuck to me, I feel like, and I have a
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. This is just part of you being an empath. So you kind of take it all in, and then you feel like maybe there's something wrong with you, that this is about you because you're a beautiful healer. You know how to heal yourself, but this energy is not yours. So it kind of comes in. So what they want you to start practicing is when you're with people, you take on their energy.
Mhm.
And all you're meant to do, you're not meant to take it in and churn it within your system and try to heal it and solve it, because you can't.
Mm,
You can't do that. That was never your responsibility. Your fairy godmother wasn't with you when you first got here and learned how to work with energy that way. And what your fairy godmother would have told you is, no, you feel the energy, you feel where they're at, and then you send that back to the light on their behalf, and maybe even send them blessings that they feel more comfortable in their body, that they're a little bit happier, and you just let that go.
mm,
Never meant to put it in, churn it, try to figure it out. And because when you do that, you start going into this mind thing on who even knows where. But all that they want you to do, so you've been doing some churning with this energy. And let me just, with your permission, let's just remove it because I'm looking at it. It's in your solar plexus. It
mhm,
looks like,
mhm.
it feels like it's still in your body. And it also is, kind of in your auric field. And when it is in your auric field and in your body, it's attracting other stuff to come in. So, with
Oh,
your permission,
yes,
what
please. Yes, please, please remove it. Help me remove
So
it.
what I'd like to do is just ask for the density in your body that is not yours. And for that to go back to the light, to be transmuted back to love and light now. And go ahead, you can kind of feel kind of it moving out. You can kind of feel some kind of like interesting kind of, well, I don't even know what I'm looking at, kind of tail feathers to it going out. I command that the energy that is not 100% your energy that is in your auric field right now, that move out, go back to the light, to be transmuted back to love and light now. And I want you to take a really, really deep breath. Oh, and release it. Take another really, really deep breath. And when we're done, what I'd like for you to do is grab a big glass of water and take a nap and just
Sounds
trust it's on
good.
its way out. Yeah. Yeah. I promise it'll be gone.
Okay, and now if that happens again, so kind of the same approach. I mean,
Yeah.
because I was sending things back to the light as they came up, but then energy just stuck.
Well,
Uh,
that had to be that came about because of your participation with the energy. So it kind of looks to me like compelled to help people. compelled to make things more comfortable for people, compelled to take care of stuff on their behalf. And so that's why it got in your body. And that's fine. If it's in your body, that's okay. There are people in your life that, you're going to want to help them because you love them. You're going to want them in your body. But then when they are in your body, what they want you to do is then go, okay, I'm ready to release it. I command all of this density, all of this energy to go back to the light. Anything that is not mine to go back. And it's, the reason that you take it in normally is because it's people you care about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's also, they want you to look at it and like, oh, this is how they're feeling. They're not feeling very good. So the greatest gift that I can give them is I'm going to send this energy. I have felt it. Now I'm going to heal it. I'm going to send it back to the light. And then I'm going to get more grounded. I'm going to get back into my heart. And then I'll know the next step for me really helping this person. And what that might be is let me go make a cup of tea and, let's just sit and talk or
All right.
whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. Beautiful.
And I guess even with like physical ailments, that would be something that you could work on sending it back to the light too. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes. That, when the density has gotten um, um, uh, um,
Physical.
strong enough to be physical,
Hmm.
which is so beautiful because it's just testament of what a master healer you are. It's just beautiful. They want you to not judge it. They want you to fall in love with it. They want you to love it. They want you to love the message for you. They want you to fall in love. They want you to give it a lot of love and a lot of light. When I'm looking at, I'm going to say density in bodies,
Hmm.
a lot of people see like darkness. Sometimes I see darkness, but I oftentimes just see it kind of looks like a light, like what are those like those things that bring ships in? So it's on, a
Oh,
black
yeah, a lighthouse.
a lighthouse that the parts that need a little bit more love, I see them as lit up and just asking for, SOS, SOS.
Uh-huh.
Um, so yeah,
Yeah,
always just send it back to the light and also just love it for
love
what
it.
it is and what it's teaching you.
Wow. Yeah, it's really hard when people say fight cancer, because feels like it's a fight, right? It's hard to look at it as a lighthouse and what information it's giving you, when there's like this world in this 3D that's telling us to fight it and things like that. Um, that's beautiful. I work on bodies. So oftentimes like there's less visual, but I just know what's required and what's required to come through me to ask them or speak to them. And I think that it's so interesting because it is mostly what happens is this experience where this density has lifted. And
Right.
I'm realizing that as you're speaking, that's just kind of me following the everything that comes out of my mouth. All right, one more, and then we're going to go to special offer, and then we need to wrap.
Okay.
Diane, or Diane, I think you're up.
Hi,
Hi.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you?
Oh, Karen, it's nice to meet you. Really lovely to meet you. I don't have a question. I just thought maybe you'd have a message for me for fun, or maybe there is a block that you see that we can let go of. So, however you read, I'm open.
I'm being shown that your greatest opportunity is going to come in based on your greatest challenge. And what it looks like to me is you came in very bright. You came in, you saw very clearly who you were and who you were going to be, your role in this world. And then you got it knocked out of you, which is true for all of us. But one of the big messages that you were told is don't shine your light. Don't shine your light. You're attracting bugs. People are not going to like you. You're going to get in trouble. Don't do that. That's scaring me. And you are being asked right now to we're going to just remove, the first scrims of those spooky wookies that you're going to be in trouble, that you're going to be in a lot of trouble if you shine your light, if you speak your truth, if you allow yourself to be seen. And so, are you ready? Are you willing and ready to have
Oh,
us move
yes. Thank
this
you so
level, this
much.
wookie out? Okay, because these were
Thank you,
really
Karen.
big. You got beaten up on this. You got
Yeah.
really beaten up, which is a testament to just how bright you are and the vastness of what you're being asked to do in the world. So, let me see. Let me look in here. Take a deep breath. Take a very, very deep breath and release it. And go ahead and take another really, really deep breath and go ahead and release that as well. And I want you, if you need to take another really, really deep breath, go ahead and do it. But I want you to get in touch. You had a vision. You had a vision or you had a dream. You had something about you being honored by many, many, many people when you were really little. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to tap into that feeling, and I'm going to work with your permission on this outside. That I'm going to command that all this density about making this come true, being able to safely take that very first step, I am going to ask for that to go back to the light, to be transmuted back to love and light right now. And off it goes. I'm actually watching it go off as big blocks. I mean, it looks like big blocks of energy, which tells me you got very beaten up several times. That's all good. Just testament to how hard they needed to work to dim you. That's it. I want you to celebrate that piece. And you should be watching this picture that you saw of being honored, it's starting to expand. And keep just breathing into it, keep breathing into it, and allow that expansion to happen. And you're ready to go. A glass of water and a nap.
Karen, thank you so much. I appreciate your help.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and feel okay if you get triggered with like, okay, I do need to start speaking my truth. I need to step out. I need to find my voice. I need to connect my heart with my voice, with my third eye, and I need to be out in the world. This is my purposeful life.
Mhm.
And so whatever little spooky wookies are in here, I thank them when they show up. It is just for me to take another layer off, for me to be able to step in my power and fulfill the reason that I came here. Nobody will ever, ever step over at the end of their life and get to the other side and go, ah, darn it, I wish I would have held back.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, take yourself, 10, 20, 30 years out when you're maybe about to pass and go, what do I wish I would have done 30 years ago? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that powerful thing. It's something else came up on the chat. One of our inner circle members asked, would it be benefit for me to see somebody else's cancer as this loving lighthouse? And I thought, there are, people project upon others and upon their behalf. And she asked about free will. And I know that we've gotten long, but is there a two-sentence answer? And as I bring up your special offer for that?
Yes. Yes. So as a healer, you are able to feel the love, you're able to see the love, you're able to create the light to start the healing. But also as a healer, we can only start it, we can hold it, we can intend for it, but we all must heal ourselves. And so all you're doing is creating the environment and the space. And this is such beautiful, skilled work. And thank you for doing this work. A lot of this scares people. That's not your case. It's not most of our case. So yeah, just hold the energy so the other person and love it. So the other person can start to love it, to start healing themselves. We as healers never heal anybody. We move density out. We hold the space for them to do their own healing, but we would never, ever take that beautiful ability away from somebody else to work on their own behalf. We just hold the space, give them hope, and love them no matter what choices they make.
Yeah, that was well said. Wow. I love how you say that we're just here to remove the density. Absolutely. That, wow, I just feel like I've just heard something that I almost haven't ever really totally received. I love that when that happens.
Oh, I know you were
Right?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just am like, oh, of course that's how it's really working. Boy. Okay, let's talk about the special offer, freeing the spiritual burden for the empath and the healer.
Okay, this is only a 3 module course. My bad. Let
Okay.
me see what we can do. If anybody signs up, let me see what we can do about maybe doing, a Q&A or something.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
uh, um, this is really all about you as an empath and and to help you be able to navigate you taking on all this energy. I mean, for you to have volunteered to come in at this time with this much darkness in the world, this much light in the world, this is masterful work. So we're just going to unpack how you as an empath can stay strong, can stay powerful, to just master all your creation energies, to make sure that I'm going to call them your energetic tentacles,
Mhm.
are caught, are tapped into those little lives where you were successful, not where were persecuted or killed for whatever. And this is also just helping you recognize, your knowing energy guideposts for that this is where you're supposed to be, this is what you're supposed to be doing, and just showing you how to create and how to communicate with the other team without literally having to, put on a big hoodie and crawl into a dark closet and lock it from the inside so nobody can get at you because you're so like hungry, angry, alone, lonely, and tired, and really be able to, fulfill yourself and give yourself energy. So it's a beautiful course.
Mhm.
Uh, it's a small one with just 3, but very beautiful. So that's package A.
Okay.
And then we have a package B, where you get that 3 module course. It's pre-recorded. And also you can book a 60-minute reading with me. So what my process is I pull in your team right before. I have your team tell me what they want you to know. I'm never tell you anything you don't know. I'm going to confirm some stuff for you that you know, or you're hoping, or you just needed to hear, like, yeah, I feel the resonance. Okay, this is where I'm going. I may visit your Akashic records to see places where you might be stuck or in trauma. We'll go ahead and heal those and or look at what lives you are connected into that might give you a clue as to where you're going in this one. It's um, very, very powerful. And then we talk about how you're going to move forward. I may get some information from your star family or star families on your agreements that you had with them and how you will be working with them. Bring all your questions or come in with none. It makes no difference. But this is a 60 minute reading. And usually, what I hear from most people about it is that they have never felt this much hope and seen and had this much resonance and hope in their life. So if you are, really ready to leap out the door with like, okay, eyes wide open, I don't even care that I don't completely see where I'm going. Yeah, I'm just ready to go now. I'm going to leap out. So, um, so that's package B. So I hope you consider them. Um,
And you also kind of get a to pay if you do get the session included. It took me a minute to see how my staff set this up. I was like, wait, this one's only 97. But yeah, you would still go ahead and start here, and then down here you would choose your path that you'd like to take.
okay,
Yeah,
beautiful.
great.
Oh,
Uh,
perfect. Yeah, I hadn't even revisited that either.
I was like, wait, this says 97 all along, but basically you choose the button and then the button takes you to your options. So I think we might clarify that just a little bit. But yeah, so two beautiful offers, one with a session with Karen and the other is a 3 module course, which sounds phenomenal. I think everyone needs that training, whether it's through you or somebody else, they really need that training on how to work with themselves as a healer.
Yeah, well, we came in, we were awakened, we knew how to do it. So we already know, but then we were taught that we were taught from our drama and trauma. We
Hmm.
always hear about, as healers, as empaths, if somebody is in distress in front of us, the very first thing we oftentimes do is like, uh-oh, we need to heal, we need to take care of this, we need to and pull it in and again, um, just send it back to the light, send them their blessings, be the beautiful healer you are, hold the space for them. And when you remove that energy for them, they are literally able to take a deep breath in and allow that energy to the light and the love to come in so they can start working on it on them on behalf of themselves rather than always being in drama trauma.
Love it.
So, yeah.
Wow. Karen, it's always a joy.
No, I
Always a
love
joy.
you.
It's
My beautiful community loves you guys. You always give me a little
fabulous.
bit of a cool factor because you guys are cool girls.
Thank
And so
you.
thank you. Thank you.
Just a reminder, you guys go to houthustle.com/live and you can find all the offers there. All right, thank you, Karen. We're going to move right to our next guest today. That is Suzanne Alexandria. Let me stop the recording here.